Yeah, I did break it right in half. Fucking it's karate chopped it like anime style. Yo, what's up? It feels really good to be back. I'm very excited for today. This board is like really unique. We're building the QK Duo. The carrying case is massive, by the way. It's almost as big as my desk mat, taking up more space than the TKL. Why is this so big? I'm very curious. So let's check it out. I love this like orange copper color that they do. It's very pretty. Okay, so immediately we're greeted with some pretty hefty wrist rests. Some goodies here. So let's look at these things first and then we'll hop into the board. So we do get some stabilizers in the box. Clip-in stabilizers, which is pretty nice. Pretty sweet. We also have the PCB and plate. I love the little face, it's such a cute little icon. This is probably the most fragile feeling box I've ever felt. It's very thin, like you can see it's bending in my hand just from holding it on the sides. It's pretty soft. So we have a little polycarbonate thingy. I don't know what it is about polycarbonate, but man, it looks pretty. PCB, which comes packaged with the foam. I love this color on PCBs, man. This like orange color, copper color, it's so pretty. Then of course we've got our magnetic connectors. Love to see this. Makes building the board so convenient. Yeah, everything's kind of labeled too. Tab, escape, page up, page down, function. Kind of got everything labeled, which is pretty nice. We do have split backspace. You've got tons of options over here. You can see a lot of sockets for the bottom row as well. And then we have this wrist rest here. This is a pretty heavy little container. This is a more premium material with like this metallic finish. Once again with a really cute little logo here. Ooh, what a cool looking thing. But you can see it's kind of got its own little side profile too. And I like the feet on this. And this is a nice touch with the polycarbonate as well. Very pretty. So let's take a look at this board. I want to see what we're cooking over here. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. Whoa, isn't that kind of neat, huh? Ooh, this is gonna be a pretty fun little board, I think. I quite like how that looks. It's got the little buttons too. Let's take a look in this accessories box. We have some gaskets, RGB diffusers in here. We have some more gaskets. So maybe there's different types right here. And then we have ourselves some feet on here as well. We have the very exciting cables that kind of make this whole keyboard function, I think. And these use that pogo pin connector. Very, very cool. We got another little cable here and then a keycap puller, a screwdriver, and a switch puller. So yeah, tons of stuff in this package. Now for the board itself, you see it comes in like 3 parts, okay? There's the receiver, and then the 2 parts of the board connect to this. That's a really interesting system. This is not gonna come through on the camera, but this is like a pink powder coat, and it has some little sparklies in it, and it's very pretty. I really don't think it'll come through on the camera, but wow. I didn't know that. That's very, very beautiful. Ooh. Everything's feeling good. Yeah, feels very premium. And these are magnetic, I'm pretty sure. This is the sweet part, man. Look at that. Look how crazy that looks. I've been wanting a pink keyboard, guys, for like a little while. And I mean, I think we're finally here. I think we finally found the one. Look at that. Holy moly. So it's dual tone pink too. You can see it's like a darker shade and a lighter shade. You can also see by the internal structure. So this is what's pretty neat. Let me take off this little tape here. So for one, that's our side profile, which looks pretty insane, if I do say so myself. Very slick, nice curves. I mean, that thing is pretty fire. So this is the inside angle. You can see there's like a hinge mechanism right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it allows you to change and make it flat or tinted. So this one's flat, this one's like tilted up. So pretty cool. And then, you know, you just push it down to go back down. Really fire. Yeah, these are magnetic. Pretty sweet. So you can kind of swap them around. I'll definitely be keeping this orientation. I like the little duo guy right here. Look how little cute. Look at how cute. And there's these little buttons too. I imagine once we actually have the PCB in there, it'll feel pretty nice. But right now it's like very soft touch. Like so smooth. Almost like it's like lubricated or something. And this thing just looks crazy, right? Like it actually looks pretty insane. Yeah, that's gonna feel awesome. It's like such a nice height whenever it's like that. It looks like it's gonna be starting at around 289. Really, for how the board looks, isn't crazy. I thought it was gonna be a lot more expensive than that. Not too bad. Especially for something this unique, I feel like. Dude, lately there's been so many good like value boards, like the Neos 60s and stuff. Like, it's definitely hard to beat those prices for sure. Now, for switches, we're going to be using the Unikey Sugar Rush switches. Bad boys are pretty nice. Very clacky switch, so should pair well all together. Aren't these so cute? They look tasty. You know what they look like whenever they're installed? They look like those trolley like sour gummy worms, like the colors of that. It's very tasty. So this has a hidden screw design. We will need the screwdriver provided for this part here. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 internal screws on each case. I think 4 isn't too bad per side. You just got to be careful, like make sure to kind of tilt your screwdriver at an angle so you're not like scraping the case. It's kind of an important thing whenever you're working with these screwless designs. Otherwise you can kind of rub up on the inside of your board, scratch off the paint. I've definitely been guilty of that a couple times, so just keep that in mind. We have these gaskets here. Let me take a look at these. So we have 2 different styles. So there's one that's a little thicker and one that's a little skinnier, but this one has this little like thing, and then this one has no thing, if that makes sense. Let's try the squishier ones first and see how it feels. If it's too bouncy, we'll swap to the other. You know, I like a soft board, so pretty plush to type on because it's just PCB gasket, so pretty nice. Oh, so the 4th screw on this side is hidden underneath the little magnet. I was like, it's still not loose, but I don't see another one. These are so interesting looking. And these little tabs on there. Looks like little legs. PCB got legs, bro. The legs do get kind of caught out, as you can see. So you kind of have to open it and poke them back in, make sure they're in the right spot. These buttons are fun though. I'll tell you that. Put that little badge back on. This doesn't feel as sturdy, I guess I would say, as I would like it to, but it's not as snappy as other magnetized parts. Something to note. Like, I feel like you could probably hit that and it would come out. So just be careful, I guess. The second that they had asked me to check this out, I saw the pink. I've been really wanting a pink keyboard for a while. I saw this pink and I was like, dude, Daifuku is gonna slap on this pink. And it does. I'm so happy that it's like the same pink as the render, because I was like, if this is like the wrong shade, it's not gonna work, you know? Wow. And look at that. That looks wild, dude. Okay, so once we connect, we can disconnect the cables and it should work wirelessly. So there we go. We have unlocked the power. But I mean, that is a crazy looking setup right there. It's fun though, right? So we have the pink powder coat with GMK Daifuku. I mean, that is insane, no? It looks so cool. It's a good question. What does this do? Volume knob. So you could like put this, technically, like once you wirelessly connect it, you know, you can put this like somewhere over here, you know, kind of out of the way. I think this is for this, like this little PC piece. So you can like tilt it up a little bit. So that's like tinted versus non-tinted. Like I probably would prefer it on the tinted just for the typing feel. But it is a little hard to open up. You've got to kind of really wedge your finger in. That is pretty interesting looking situation. Yeah, we'll pop these back down. No foams. HMX Sugar Rush switches. A polycarbonate plate. Topped off with GMK Daifuku. We used the gaskets that have the long little piece on it, which I believe are for softness, because this is very, very flexy. Let's take a listen. Yo, hold on. Swap to tinted. This is the only time I've ever wanted to be right-handed. The right spacebar sounds a lot better than the left. Just because of the size of the cap, I imagine. So I feel like, with it lifted, I don't know if it's in my head, but I feel like there's a slight bit of a resonance thing, but it's like pretty subtle. I don't mind it actually. Dude, it sounds so good. It sounds a lot better over here. So I guess that's the only thing that I don't like is like one spacebar sounds better than the other, but I think it's literally just the sound. It's like for me too, 7U spacebars just sound nicer than 6.25. Let's talk about the experience. Dude, this board, pretty freaking insane, dude. And it's so unique once you get the wireless stuff situated. And then, I mean, you're running free, you know what I mean? And that's a pretty sweet looking setup. You know, somebody walks in, you're gonna have a conversation about this board on your desk. I love the color. This pink color, I mean, dude, this is absolutely beautiful. It is perfect. In this back, like, look how crazy this looks. Like, the attention to detail in the design is wild. It's definitely, like, got that very robotic thing going on, which is something that I actually love about QK's designs. I love how kind of over the top they tend to be. The buttons are fun. You know, you've got the volume knob on the little pad over here. Once again, this is a little hard. I wish it would maybe be a little easier, but it makes sense that it's pretty hard because it's got to support your weight from typing. So, I mean, that's a crazy skeleton looking situation as well. You know, whenever you're looking at it cracked open like that, really insane looking keyboard. So for me, with the design, I'm not getting any negative sounds other than, like I said, whenever we did lift it, there was a bit of resonance, but from a visual, I'm giving it a 10. It looks nice, dude. And I fear that we might clean sweep it. I'm literally like, while I'm talking about it, I'm trying to think, is there anything negative that makes this not a 10? I can't find one. I guess I don't like that this is black, maybe, but I'm never seeing that. You know what I mean? Typing feel, by the way, with these that I used, very soft, very squishy. It's like a seesaw effect. So like if I push here, only this area is moving. This whole area is moving inward as I push. If I'm pushing over here, it's tilting down over here. This part's staying still. Very nice typing feel. Gives you some nice feedback in the fingertips, which I love. If you guys don't know, that's kind of why PCB gasket mount is like my favorite. Pretty insane feeling on the fingertips. So typing feel for me is also going to get a 10 for my preferences. I think if you went with those other gaskets, it would definitely stiffen it up. I don't know how stiff, but if you like a soft typing feel, very responsive typing feel, I think you're going to be very happy with this keyboard. Sound, I mean, we did a PC plate and the HMX switches are, this is 1.6 millimeter non-flex cut PCB. This thing sounds amazing. Whenever I'm ranking these, by the way, guys, I'm always ranking it in this specific configuration. I like long poles, you know, I like my poppy and clacky sounds. So for me, with this build, it sounds phenomenal. Like, this might be one of the best boards sound-wise that I've built in a little bit. Dude. They don't miss, bro. I'm actually starting to feel that way. I'm starting to feel that QK and Neo and OwlLab, I don't think they miss, dog. I think that the sound is a 10 as well. So that means that once again, we're giving them a 10 out of 10 out of 10. They're taking it home. A clean sweep. Dude, how do they keep doing this? Genuinely, like, it's insane. Yeah, I can't fault it, man. Said the only thing you can say is like, okay, like, yeah, this is maybe ugly. The cables thing is awkward, but you only have to do it once. I don't know, dude. It's pretty epic. And that's kind of all there is to it. Can I like touch them like that? Oh, look at that. It's crazy. You know, for me, it's fun, you know. That's what keyboards are supposed to be for me. It's like a fun thing, like a fun hobby, right? So like for me, like fun designs, really out there designs, like with this stuff, I'm here for it. You know, it makes me excited to look at keyboards, and like the side profiles, having all this unique look. It's not just a wedge. It's fun, dude. I think that's why they continue to hit for me personally. That was the QK Alice Duo. It's pretty sick. Looking like Dumbo over here. And I was just letting you guys know it does get a smooch. And since it's a two-piecer, we're going to do one of these and then... Beautiful board, man. Love you guys, as always. And until next time, I'll key you later. Peace.